Hello from Western New York. And, well, let's just say it was raining yet all day yesterday, and there's finally a break. And, well, let's see what we got. Well, there's probably a few tomatoes in here, but, you know, the blueberry ones, you know, is like, they're more like a pick 'em as you go thing. I don't think there is any of the larger tomatoes left. I did pick some peppers, yes, the other day. Some of this one, I mean, I got this yellow one in here I picked, but as you can see, no sense. There's a couple others in here, you know, sweets that I picked. And a few of the hots over in here. Looks like I got one more left. And not quite sure about the rest of these ones. The squash, well, that's pretty much done. Because those that are of the tender size are frost affected. You know, no sense in picking them, you know. And of course you got the bigger ones, which, you know, they're just too big to be picked and cooked, at least in the way I like them. I'm quite certain there's other methods besides slicing them up and frying them with a little bit of spices and seasoning, but I don't know those methods. That being said, the idea is, like I've mentioned, is to leave these things, you know, the nice size, like that one right there. A couple more right in here, like this guy. I think this guy over in here. And the idea is leave them until next spring, and by that point you can easily break the shell open and get yourself a bunch of seeds. Start this all over again, although preferably in a different location, you know. That is the garden I'm working on out back there. Well, these are starting to die. Been dying in the case of a few of them. Just kind of hope this one over here comes back next year. You know, sometimes they don't do a real good shot with little flowers, you know, one year, only to put on a very spectacular bloom the next. Still got a few yellow raspberries left. Of course, it's been raining, so they're kind of filled with water. Hello, the geraniums over there, they were looking good. Let's take a double look. Now I got 3 of them in here. A red, a pink, and a white, and I think the red and the pink are done producing their flowers, and the white's getting to that point where it too is going to be done. And this actually did pretty good, considering that all these plants I have in here were free. The tomatoes and the peppers, free. Geraniums, free. The squash, I mentioned, they came from fruit that had grown last year, seeds, you know, broke the pods open, scattered the seeds. I mean, yeah, you got some weeds in here, but you know, that's always going to happen. So something to work on next year. Well, let's take a look at the gladiolas. Those ones down there, nothing much going on there. Well, the flowers are more or less dead. Raspberries are growing pretty good. Now look at this one. I mean, it's got a nice white flower coming along. Can't help it last a few more days, that way I can at least show what it looks like in full. I got a nice pink one coming. Kind of hope that stays nice. Got a nice yellow one right here. And I got one more here, but well, we'll see what happens, you know. Let's see if it manages to bloom before the snow flies. Or if not. Oh boy. This one's getting a little late. Well, these did okay, and gonna have to be careful. My yard's getting a little bit flooded. That's just every year. I am seeing a lot of promise for next year on my blueberries. I mean, there might be a few parts I'm going to have to cut off, because you know, they look like they're dead. But hopefully they'll do okay next year. Yeah, I'll get some good growth. This is doing pretty good. Kinda hope that one comes out better next year. Blueberries are doing okay. Like I mentioned, it's been raining. Hope the bleeding hearts come up next year. And how these will react next year. Same with these. You know, these honeyberries of mine. I've always got these things on a whim. Sort of like, you know, it's like a little something to, it's like, you know. And of course you got gooseberries, you know. Can't wait till next year to see what these two will do. You see how many more this one will produce. Something with the Jostaberry. Hope that one. I mean, I only got 3 berries on that one this year. Then again, I put it in the ground this year, so understandably. Similar to this one, you know. Put it in this year. I wonder how these ones are going to turn out next year. I mean, these are my red currant cuttings. Hopefully this will come back, because other than given it was just a stump, it's doing pretty good. Hope we get something good on these red currants as well. Same with these gooseberries. Hopefully my grapes should come back. Kale looks good. I am probably going to need to do some harvesting. Hopefully these will grow next year. Of course, you got the kale over in here. Again, need to harvest it, or at least start harvesting. These are doing okay over in here. Grapevines seem to be doing fine. This kale looks good. Most of Mom's flowers look good. Rose looks good. I'm going to need to do some trimming on this thing. I mean, I thought it was supposed to be a miniature. Obviously not a miniature. I hope this grape comes back. Same thing with the other ones that got a little too far for trim, you know. Especially real late in the season. Roses look okay. Yeah. That's I mean, granted, you know, it's getting that time of year where, you know, everything's dying, you know. Got a couple of smaller branches down, which is always inevitable. I don't think the hornets are out buzzing, which is nice. Got more weeds I'm going to need to pick. And now to move very carefully. I don't see any bees buzzing around, but, you know, they're not always happy. Black raspberries are doing okay. I'm going to need to trim them in the spring, you know. At least that's the idea. Hopefully most of these will survive the winter and I'll be able to enjoy them. I need to pick out some of these weeds. So now I got a small raspberry bush in there, you know, the raspberry shortcake. I'll probably have to come back around and take a look at it. Yeah, let's just stick it in that. Got a couple of raspberries in here I might want to try picking. Of course, you got a lot of some weeds I might want to clean up and out. And of course, I got some blackberries I might want to think about doing a little bit of trimming on. Well, the weeds I put on this are kind of, breaking down a little bit. As I got, grass is starting to grow, but again, it's that time of the year where they're going to stop growing and start to die back a little bit. And annoyingly enough, my fingers are starting to go to sleep, so I need to switch my hands in a moment. To drop these off. There we go. Okay, now I can hold it again. Still got plenty of wood to pile up and around in here. And of course, along in here, along in there. You guys have a nice sized hugelkultur thing. And of course, you got plenty of wood all over. Like I said, it was raining yesterday, still doing some sprinkling. So, couldn't really do much. But then again, start work again in the spring, try to get some more mowed before I put anything in the ground. Try to trim around the fence a little bit. It's like I mentioned, I want to use this as a trellis for things like peas, beans, and cucumbers, and other vining plants. Well, this is Western New York, and it's another it's a wet, rainy day. Subscribe if you like this. Post comments. Click the like button. Share it with your friends and all that sort of stuff. Okay. Goodbye.